let's show you how to change a tire. So this customer, if you watched some other videos or a cassette video, he has these RevX wheels that the rear one is damaged from an accident with a derailleur. So we're changing the tire from this wheel to his Bontrager wheel. He got a flat tire. First thing, you want to break the bead. The bead is the part of the tire that holds the rim. So you have your tire. This little ridge here is the bead. It may be what they call steel or Kevlar folding. You may have seen tires that are like folded up in one piece and they're one tire folded up. That's a Kevlar bead tire. Does not mean it's Kevlar casing where it's protective. It's just lightweight. You break the bead first. So I'm going to just push my thumbs in and break the bead all the way around. Turn it around, break the bead. Then I generally don't need tools to take this off, as you saw before, but I will show you how to use a tool. So here's a tire lever. These are the Pedro's tire levers. I've been using these in the shop for years. They can break, but it's rare. They're honestly the best tire levers I've ever used. With these, you see the tire. You have the hook of the tire lever. We'll hook it right here. And if this was a traditional spoked wheel like this, most every tire lever I've seen has a little hook area. So if it was a tight tire, you would do this near a spoke and then hook it on the spoke so it stays there. And you grab a second one close to it to break it and then keep going. You might see me use my leg a lot. So I will rest this on my leg. You might be able to do it on a bench, that kind of thing. And we will just slide it around until it's off. And then I'm going to take the tube out, even though it's a good tube. I'm going to act like it's new. We'll take the tire off. So this is a folding tire that I told you about. So it's just a Kevlar bead tire. Fresh new tube out of the box. It's flat or flattened, where it's got no shape. Don't put the tube in that way. You want to give it a little bit of air. So use your CO2, use your pump, you can use your mouth. Give it a little bit of shape. I'll use my pump here. So we're gonna just give a little shot of air so it's round and has some shape. I want to check the tire to make sure whatever you may have ran over. You can use a rag to go in and see if it gets snagged by something. Use your fingers. Gently use your fingers. I know there's nothing in this tire, but if there was, you might notice it, and then you can flip it over and see it, and then you can pull it out. You line up your valves with labels, let's say like that, so you know where your valve is in relation to the tire. You can then, let's say the hole on the tire or the puncture was here, then you know on the tube, depending on the orientation of the tube, the hole in the tube is either here or here if it was this way. So you can find that and patch it a lot easier. We'll check the tire. There's nothing on this one. So I will put the slightly inflated tube in, just like so. Now the tube is in the tire. And then...
No ending! No ending! No ending!
We will check the rim, make sure the rim tape is in place where it should be. If your tape or rim strip had moved and exposing a spoke hole there, then you'll need to move the rim strip over or replace it. The rim strip's good on this. The tire's good on this. We have a new tube. So now we will put the valve in, and I have lined the valve up with the label of the tire. And then some tires are directional. This one does look directional. Normally, they have a marking on them. Not seem to have a direction marking, but if you look at the tread, you have these little angles on the tread. That one. install it. I will put one side of the tire on. Can do this by hand generally. If we get to the last bit and it's too tough, you can use this and get it on. And then
No ending!
I will get part of it on by hand. I may do 2 rounds of it to kind of get the tube inside the rim. This guy right here. Make sure it's in the rim. And then once it's in the rim, I'll go back around and just kind of roll my hand to get them on. Use this area of your palm generally to do that. But if you don't have the hand strength or it's too tight of a tire, you can use a tire lever to finish it off. Just be careful you don't pinch your tube. If you're doing this and you hear psst, you need a new tube. I generally do not want to go all the way this way because that can easily grab the tube, and if you do grab the tube there, it's going to pinch it. Do a combination of using my hand to do it as well as a tire lever if I need to. So let's get to this point. I will get it about halfway and then let the tire kind of do its thing, and I'll use my other hand to kind of massage it in so it's there. The next thing, I see this a lot. When you just put a new tube in, you air it up, you have this bulge happening right here or somewhere else. In this case with the valve may have gotten caught underneath the bead of the tire. So when you air it up, the air of the valve that's under the tire will make that tire bulge and eventually explode. So once you get the tire on, I take the valve, push it up and down. That makes sure that the tube is fully inside the tire. I will put the valve nut on. In this case, it's a press to valve. I won't tighten it up yet. I'll just keep it loose. And then
No ending!
we shall air it up. I air it up a couple times. You just need to air it up a little bit. Massage it back into place. Air it up some more. I will spin it to make sure it's seated properly. You'll notice imperfections much faster spinning it. And then
No ending!
finish it off. Air it up a little bit. Okay. So probably got 25, 30 psi in there. I'm going to spin it. Looks pretty good. No imperfections. I know this is going to work, so I'm just going to top it off. That is how to change a tire on your bike. Road bike, mountain bike, kid's bike, it's all the same. When you start getting the tubeless, that's something different. That's a different video. Until next time.